Okay, so I chose The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman for my literary criticism relationship. I think that this most closely relates to feminism that we talked about. She was an author and an activist for the early stages of feminism. The Yellow Wallpaper is obviously grouped into this critique of literature. The text tells us in the beginning that she felt strongly that women should not be confined to the home, that they should have an equal place with men in the workforce or economy. She thinks that they should be able to go and work for themselves and not be reliant on men. In this short story, she hones in on the theme in this part of our text about confinement. Our lecture on feminism gave an example on how literature at this time showed women as gradually going mad or insane. She paints us a clear picture of her steady decline as she is trapped, in a sense, in this bedroom, following the patterns of the wallpaper until she is sure that there is a woman trapped behind them, I think symbolizing herself as being trapped in who and what she wants to be and how her husband and society thinks that she needs to be. She wanted to symbolize how the treatment for women's hysteria, as they called it then, or depression or nervous anxiety, was actually causing them to become mad, as they would say. When one is already depressed or has this anxiety, being secluded and alone only makes it worse. While she did exaggerate her experience in this short story, I believe it was necessary to drive the point home. In her thoughts afterwards about why she wrote the text, she states about the following physician's directions: that she came so near the borderline of utter mental ruin that I could see over. Um, During this time, women were thought to be over-emotional. I think that they were suppressed in a sense, that it was frowned upon to express themselves or in writing or in art. She often mentions in her story how she would have to hide that she was writing from her husband and family. And I believe this is a common theme in feminist writings. Stories from this era are often of women's thoughts to themselves and their emotional and internal conflicts with how society thinks that they should be and how they really wish to be. This story reminds me very closely of Kate Chopin's The Awakening, where women were to suppress their feelings and emotions and their want to be independent until they went mad, as they would say. Gilman explains in the end of the story how at one point she felt so desperate that she could jump out the window. But she reiterates the fact that there are bars on the windows and how she feels trapped by the patterns of the wallpaper. I believe that she was an admirable author to write such a bold piece for her time period in efforts to push forward in the feminist movement and help others who may have been in her same position.